have a chance to do, what John McCain did, what Paul Tsongas did. He defeated Bill Clinton in 1992, although people remember the way Clinton clearly said that he was the victor and changed the whole narrative. But underdogs have traditionally had a real chance there.
Yeah, that's true. And, we can go all the way back to Gary Hart in 1984, who got 17% of the vote in Iowa to Walter Mondale's 49%, and Mondale finally wrapped it up. But I think we're in a different position here with Nikki Haley. I mean, she's got clearly an uphill battle here. And I think the main reason is Donald Trump's hold on the Republican Party, and not just the core base, but on Republican voters generally. She does well, obviously, among independents or unaffiliated voters, as they're called here, but she would need literally a historic turnout among independents in a Republican primary in order to have a real chance to win. And I think that that's the question. And as you noted, she's been getting some criticism for kind of the pace of her activity this week. And I think she's got to step that up, as she started to do today. But there's not a lot of time left, and the energy and the enthusiasm that we have seen in past both Democratic and Republican campaigns doesn't seem to exist here this weekend.
She's also been still trying to clarify the remarks she made about the cause of the Civil War and that America has never been a racist country. Here's how she tried to explain herself again last night on CNN.
When you look at said all men are created equal, I think the intent was to do the right thing. Now, did they have to go fix it along the way? Yes, but I don't think the intent was ever that we were going to be a racist country.
That, of course, with Jake Tapper last night, the town hall also in December.
I don't know what his case is there, Cali.
I think the cause of the Civil War was
I think he's in love with you.
Was going to run the freedoms and what people could and couldn't do.
In the year 2023, it's astonishing to me that you answer that question without mentioning the word slavery.
What do you want me to say about slavery?
No, you can answer my question. Thank you.
Dan, is that still an issue there with independents or, unaffiliated voters?
Well, Andrea, it's hard to tell exactly how much that is an issue, but I think it's indicative of one of the criticisms that I've heard about Nikki Haley over the past week, and that is that she is being tentative. She's suggesting that she's speaking hard truths, but not necessarily doing so. She's got a tendency not to want to offend anybody. She's been tentative in her criticism of Donald Trump. She's been careful or flubbing those questions on the question of the Civil War, as she did in that town hall meeting recently. So it's part of the question about what kind of candidacy does she have, and can she generate the enthusiasm behind her candidacy to get her where she needs to be here. And as you all noted this morning, a second place here is not good enough for her, because that would put her in, heading into South Carolina, where Donald Trump is very strong, despite the fact that it's her home state.
And how big a role will Democrats trying to make mischief with the Republican campaign play? Do you have any sense of how many Democrats are actually crossing over and pre-registering as Republicans?
Well, the 4,000 number is the one that we know exists, and that cutoff happened some time ago. And so I don't think Democrats are going to be that big a factor. It really is a question of whether she can get the unaffiliated voters strongly on her side, and that has to be her focus this weekend.
Right. I think that cutoff was October 6th, before this really clarified. Dan Boss, thanks very much. It's great to see you up there. And
thank you, Andrew.
Foreign battlefronts at sea and on land, the latest exchange of